We continue our hopes for a treble in the second knockout round of the Europa League, today against Tottenham Hotspur. Hello there folks, and welcome to episode 11 of season 3 of Conquering Euro on Football Manager 2019 with Liverpool. And today we play, as I said in the intro, the two games of the Europa League second knockout round. Home and away, we start away from home at the Tottenham Hotspur, very aptly named Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, just for you to make sure that Tottenham do play there. And today is the 4th of March 2021. In a week's time we'll be going back to Anfield to play the second leg, but hopefully we can get the job done pretty much away from home here at Spurs. Now, we played a few games since you guys have last been with me, which is obviously the game against Manchester United, which we won the League Cup final. I'm happy to say since then that we've won both our Premier League games afterwards. We beat Everton in the Merseyside derby 4-1, albeit after an Everton quick start with John Guidetti getting the first goal for them. I tend to remember Everton have got a very good squad, and they're languishing down fairly near to the relegation zone. I mean, they've got the likes of Sami Khedira, Richarlison, Guidetti. I'm sure there's a few more players that they must just be missing, but there's a very strong squad there, and somehow they're just getting battered, particularly by us. And they are down in 16th in the Premier League, so not looking good for them, and they could potentially get relegated this year, which would be a massive, massive loss for the Premier League. Then we beat Villa at home 4-1 as well. Zorloff got a goal after Shaqiri scored the first, but Aguero and Woodward made sure that game was finished. And just even though we don't have any Premier League games today, I'll just show you what the state of play is like in the table. If we win our game in hand, we will go a point within Chelsea. Just to remind you though, folks, we do have to play Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal all in the Premier League yet. So providing we win all of our next 9 games, we will be Premier League champions, whatever happens. But we've just got to make sure we do that. We've got to make sure we win the small games. But the most important bit for today is the second knockout round of the Europa League. That's basically the round of 16 for all of you that are not sure what it's about. If we do win that game today, then we will proceed to the quarterfinals. And I think that Tottenham, out of those 16 teams, or 15 other teams, you want to argue that, are the strongest 4. So if we can get past Spurs, we have a good chance of getting through to the final of the Europa League. Now, our team today is going to alter Origi to a complete 4 because we're not quite happy with the poacher role. We're going to have Joe Hart in goal because, of course, Alban Lafont is not eligible for this competition. We've got the normal back 4 with Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Gomez and Van Dijk. Henderson and Fabinho in the midfield. And then we have Salah and Gnabry in the attacking midfield with Balotelli and Origi up front. That's purely because Firmino and I was going to say Herrera, then that doesn't make any sense. But Aguero and Firmino are a little bit tired. I've just dropped the F-bomb there. It's meant to be Firmino, not Firmino. By the way, I am wearing a little bit of a classic Liverpool top today, you might notice. I might go a bit further back just so you guys can see it. But I do quite like this shirt. I got it for Christmas last year. And I think it's a little bit stylish and a nice foray into some antique fashion. And that's the first and last time I'm ever going to talk about fashion on these videos. Jesus Christ. Right, 4-2-3-1 there, playing Jadon Sancho, Lozano, very strong attacking prowess. They've got Nick Pope in goal, which is perhaps something that we can exploit, but saying that we have got Joe Hart in goal. So, tomato, that sort of argument. Potato, potato, whatever you want to say. But, yeah, let's give the players a good, passionate a team talk, and then we can get started in the first leg of this game. Now, just a quick one, if you guys did not watch Friday's episode, and you might be asking why there wasn't an episode on Saturday or Sunday, that's because I've made the executive decision to make this series a Monday to Friday series, so it'll be an episode daily from Monday to Friday, and they'll be missing out the weekend and then coming back to it on a Monday. So if you're a bit confused why that's happened, that's the exact reason. I probably realise I haven't given enough notice for that. I only did say it in Friday's episode, and if you did miss that one, which you shouldn't have really missed because it was a very important game, yeah, that's why we've moved to Monday to Friday. So just to let you guys know, and we may well be moving to no days of the week at all if this keeps going, because Dele Alli has just scored his first goal of the game. It's 1-0 to Tottenham, and it's not looking very good for us so far. Oh dear. Saying that though, it's quite equal. If we can get back into this straight away, that'll be brilliant. A decent free kick from Balotelli. It very much swung back in after a bit, but not really much issue for Nick Pope there, and it's just outside the post. But saying that, the stats don't look too bad. They're quite decent in our favour. Spurs have a little bit more possession, and Tottenham very nearly make it 2-0, unbelievably. But Tottenham have had one clear-cut chance, so that's our only solace in saying, well, it was a clear-cut chance for them. And I always say with football matches that each team gets at least one chance a game, so we don't have to worry about that. A decent ball from Gnabry, but it's straight back to Regani. But Gnabry pounced on his mistake, very good from him there, but poor from Origi, poor pass to Balotelli, never really came off. Harry Kane tries to get the ball, and to be fair, he does get to it, and because there was 2 defenders on him, we've been left with a little bit of a fumble here, but some nice fluid one-touch football to get it up now to our strikers. Good ball from Gnabry to Origi. Now can Origi pull off a pass? No, he can't, he's lost it again, but Gnabry pounces once again. Gnabry in the box, shoots! And that's Nick Pope's first save he's had to make. Now we're going to make an individual shout to one of the players. Something I haven't really done on FM, but I have noticed already that Origi has lost the ball twice. We're going to get him to concentrate. That might have an adverse effect on him, but hopefully that does get him to snap out of that, because that could seriously potentially lose a goal, definitely, and could well lead to a counter-attack potentially for Spurs, which may give them another goal. And every goal, in course, in these ties particularly, is absolutely crucial. Amarvi on the edge of the box, and that's very nearly a second one for Tottenham. A bit of a weird game so far, I have to say. Both teams had a plentiful of chances, but not really many taken, and that Tottenham chance they did have to score wasn't the best chance in the world. Good stuff from Gnabry, though, so far, running through their defence, brilliant. But he needs to ultimately turn this into a goal. He does shoot, and he makes Pope make another save. But really, he's been a little bit greedy there. So we might have to get the team to dribble less just to make sure, pardon me, that sort of thing doesn't happen. Because fair enough to Gnabry for that individual play, but ultimately, it was a bit of a waste of time. Because it was just him playing and he didn't make a pass. You know, Balotelli might have been forward for a bit of a build-up play, a bit of a layup there. But nothing really happened in the end, which is a bit unfortunate. And Balotelli actually not having the best game. Apparently, Origi playing better, but I think that's probably because Balotelli hasn't done anything yet. So, that's fair enough. Gomez to Alexander-Arnold, though. Back to Gomez. Good 1-2 there between the two defenders. Balotelli's lost the ball. Good ball for Fabinho into Gnabry, and Gnabry gets his rightful goal. A rightful goal? Yes, it is rightful goal, not riseful goal. But Gnabry gets one back and puts it level after a beautiful Fabinho cross. A player that isn't particularly renowned for his crossing, but we'll take it. A good ball from Gomez and some good play between the two defenders there. Balotelli did lose the ball, but Fabinho got right back onto it with his first time touch the ball. Lovely ball into Gnabry, in which, to be fair, he really solidly finished off with the outside of the foot, that one looked like, and that just sums up how well Gnabry's played today. And it's been a particularly good signing for us. I'm very proud of what we managed to pick Gnabry up for. He was £27 million. His adversary today is Jadon Sancho, who's just got the ball, funnily enough, off him. And he's someone that we also tried to sign, but he could have been 70 or 80 million, but possibly Gnabry might not be able to come up with an assist like that. A very good goal from Ali, but it was a mistake from Gnabry. And it's a little bit like the kiss of death, that was, because I was saying how well Gnabry had played, and then he makes a mistake like that. And I think we just made too many mistakes today, ultimately. A decent free kick from Balotelli, not really leading to much, though. And that should be the end of the half, if nothing else happens here. Balotelli on the edge of the box, Balotelli into the box. And that one should be out. And that is going to be a Tottenham free kick. Gnabry pushes Sidibe. And we're just going to tell the players off a little bit, because they haven't really been playing up to the standard so far. I've seen quite a few mistakes, which is quite rare, to be fair. We don't really see too many mistakes on camera usually, on the highlights. But I've seen a few from Origi that we've pointed out as well, from that obvious one from Gnabry, which did lead to the second Tottenham goal. But I have to say, it's been very exciting so far. And I would argue that we deserve to be in front. Personally, you might argue otherwise, but I think we deserve to be in front. So let's try and get in front, shall we? Let's do all that stuff that means we're a bit more gegenpress like. Good ball from Salah in, but it's straight back out. Fabinho to Salah on the left wing. He's lost it to Harry Winks. Robertson back into the box. Origi. Oh, that was close. 47 minutes in, and we're going to try and put a few more balls forward. That's absolutely fair enough. We've got 40 minutes left here. And Regani, someone that I signed for for Arsenal on my save, about 3 months ago with Arsenal, is playing very well. But this could well be 3-1. Lozano makes it 3-1 to Spurs, and we've just been so sloppy today. We really have been sloppy. And I can't quite put my finger on where it is. Where we've been sloppy. It's a bizarre one. And possibly we might not need to make 1 or 2 changes just to make sure we get back into this game. Right, okay. We're going to leave it till 60 minutes, because I feel like possibly that something could happen between now and then. But if nothing happens, we will have to bring a player off. Nothing's happened, brilliant. Let's bring a player off then. We're going to bring Shaqiri on for Salah, who really hasn't been on his top game today. And we're also going to bring off Alexander-Arnold purely because he's very tired. And we'll bring on Jorge Mir for him, with Joe Gomez slotting in to that position of wing-back on the defensive front, in terms of being a right-back. But apart from that, let's get back into it, shall we? Balotelli's very much had a poor game today, which is really a shame to see, because I do like to see Balotelli in his top form. Of course, I like to see all of their players in their top form, but ideally, we never want to concede another goal, but ideally we want Tottenham to not score again. Basically, we want to get another goal and get it within 1 goal, because that makes it a little bit more comfortable for us going back to Anfield. But with 1 away goal, it's not safe, and that was very nearly 4-1 for Tottenham. And if they score another goal, I think that possibly the second leg could be out of our hands. And Tottenham have simply just outplayed us so far. But there is always time to get it back. But all these highlights suggest Tottenham dominance. And that's 4-1 to Tottenham now. Oh, dear. Real shame, we've won a hell of a lot of a series of games. We won 6-7 games in a row. We got into a real pattern after that really tough January run. And now all of a sudden it's really turned out to be quite bad for us. Amazingly, in most games we don't have the most possession. It's usually the other team who get the most possession. But we've got the most possession today, but bizarrely we're 3 goals behind. So I don't quite know what to make of that one. But the stats all form towards it being a much more equal game than this. If it ends up 5-1, this could be embarrassing. Nitcham to Dele Alli on the edge of the box. Lozano beats the defender. Nitcham. This is going to be 5-1. I can feel it. Lozano beats the keeper. And it's 5-1 to Spurs. This is painful to watch. It's really painful to watch. And there's not a hell of a lot we can do. And it's very frustrating to watch. This is really frustrating to watch. Gnabry got a goal. We're going to have to bring Balotelli off just to make sure we ease the pain for him at least. It's been an absolutely shocking game for him today. Good ball though from him in. Can we get a goal back? Origi back out to Mario. Mario Balotelli to Robertson. Robertson into the box for Origi. Oh, we're just not getting the look today. We're really not getting the look. We could have 3 or 4, and we're just not getting the look. It's really unfortunate to say. Number 23 is going to take their corner, though, obviously, because Balotelli has come off. Who is number 23 for us? I know it used to be Emre Can back in the day. It's Shaqiri. Right, come on, mate. Take the corner. And that was the most pointless highlight ever, because absolutely nothing happened. And as we go back to Anfield, we seriously need to win 4-0, which I don't really fancy us doing. That's what we could do. We get another goal, really, here. We're going to have to go route 1. That's the only thing we can do. And I'm very disappointed in the players because we turned up here. We probably weren't the favourites with Tottenham being at home, but it should have been a much closer tie than this. And possibly we might sacrifice this competition for the league. Not intentionally, of course not, but I'm going to say it's intentional just because it looks like I'm a good manager then. But if we sacrifice this for the league and then don't win the league, again, it's just like the first season in which we won the Carabao Cup and Fabinho's just missed the target again. It's been so close, so agonisingly close for us today. It's so frustrating to watch. If we don't win the league, then it just looks embarrassing for us. We do go into that game against Spurs at Anfield with a chance because we have beaten big teams by a big margin before, but Tottenham haven't got the pressure on them to score goals. They can just have 11 men behind the ball all game, and I do feel it's kind of a little bit over before we even go to Anfield. This is a brilliant advert for audience retention, this, isn't it? It's all over, you may as well not watch. But I reckon you ought to watch. You never know, something special might happen, but there might be more miseries for us. Who knows what's going to happen? But here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which I took the mick out of before the stadium, there's no way that we're going to be victorious. And Tottenham are deserved winners here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it's going to take something very special for us to get back into this game. We go to Anfield in a week's time. Somehow I feel this isn't our episode. 2-0 up against Southampton. They brought it back to 3-2 before half-time. We got 1 back, but we dropped 2 points in the Prem. And now in terms of that, we're 3 behind United, same amount of games played. And we're 7 behind Chelsea, albeit we got 2 games in hand on them. But we really now need to win every single game, which is going to require us to beat United, Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea. I mean, some of these lower teams, they're fighting for their lives in the Premier League, and it's going to be very tricky to beat some of those as well. But today's focus is on that second leg against Tottenham. Now, a different formation we're playing today against Spurs with a 4-1-2-2-1. Again, a little bit different. If it doesn't work, we can change it, but we have got absolutely nothing to lose. Joe Hart in goal with the normal back 4. I think it's pretty much the same team. Fabinho in the defensive midfield spot with Keita and Henderson in the midfield. Salah and Gnabry in the attacking midfield, with Firmino our only striker today. Hopefully, it's sometimes a new formation just brings life into the players. And I know the players have enough quality to score 4 or 5. It's just the questionability of, have we got the quality at the back? It's always a good question. And, yeah, I think it's fair enough just to ask the players to go out and put a worthy display on. Even if we don't win today, even if we don't... Well, what I'm saying is I'd be happy if we won. We need to win today's tie in some aspect, but to not win the game as a whole, in terms of the whole 180 minutes and 2 legs, I wouldn't be too fussed about, because we've been put in a very difficult position. But if we fight and we win today's game by some amount, again, I'm quite happy. And if we shut up shop and make sure that they don't score, again, that'll be a good positive. But if they can score, which they probably will straight away, it pretty much rules out of the game entirely. But Gnabry, a good ball up to Firmino. He can't quite get there, though, unfortunately. And that's the only trouble with playing only 1 man up front. Sanchez, good pressure put on, though, by Naby Keita. It's a ball back to Lloris, potentially, Firmino could have gone for that. Good ball from Regani up to Kane, and unfortunately Alexander-Arnold didn't win that one at all, but it luckily comes back to him in the end. Good dribbling from him. Can he get it through? It goes through to Kate. Kate on the edge of the box, and he's there to Salah, and that's 1 goal for us in this game. And let's tell the players to get creative, because that was lovely from Alexander-Arnold. Bit of a mistake, really, from Alexander-Arnold, but Regani was the one who made the real mistake, because he failed to get the... sorry, it was Gedson who didn't get the interception, but a lovely ball from Keita through to Salah, and that's 1 goal that we need to get into this game. Another 2 before half-time, and we're definitely back into this game, but that's 1 goal. Little baby steps, there's 75 minutes left here at Anfield, and we're back ahead for the moment. That's all that matters, really. It's a good start for us. And it's been 8 shots for us so far. It's clear that this formation works. But I think the defensive line, if I remember, yeah, it's a little bit too far down. So I think we're going to have to just move that forward a tad. But apart from that, don't mess with anything there. Okay, I'm happy with that. It seems that this formation that we play, it's a counter-attacking formation, not a gegenpress, but it seems that we don't concede as many, and we can score goals. I mean, we've had 9 shots, and we're shutting up shop at the back, which is exactly what we need after they scored 5 in the last game. And we've had 11 shots. It's all about chance conversion now. If we can convert the chance that we have, then we have the chance of scoring 4 or 5 here. But it's looking positive at the moment. Good ball from Firmino to Gnabry. Gnabry has the shot, and it's just off Lloris. If we'd have got that one in there, that would have put us in a brilliant position just before half-time. But it looks like we haven't really took our chances so far. It might well be the fact that the Tottenham defence are playing well. But considering we've had 13 shots, 14 now, and 20 walk away with 1 goal, it's a little bit disappointing. But hopefully, in this second half, we can get a little bit better. But we are going to tell the players... what do we tell the players? I think we just have to go and tell them to go out there and give the fans the money's worth. You know, they've paid good money to come and see us tonight. It's a bit of a shock that they've actually come and seen us, to be fair, because of the game being in effect over. But we're very much dominating Tottenham in terms of shots so far. Amazingly, they've had the most possession. But we do need to demand a little bit more out of these players now, in any hope that we're going to win this match by enough to get through to the next leg. Just a reminder, if Tottenham don't score, which they probably will here on this counter-attack, if they don't score and we win 4-0, then we're through to the next round on away goals, which would be a massive boost, and hopefully we can keep Tottenham out. But the biggest the thing that we need to do is actually score 4, which is not looking likely at the moment. We might have to bring a second striker, which is exactly what we're going to do. Fabinho's going to come off, because he's got a yellow card, and we can push forward a little bit as well. And we're going to bring Balotelli on as a poacher, as a complete forward. And we're also going to bring off Kate, because he's not had the best game in the world. I know it's not the worst game either, but it's not the best game in the world. Play him as a Mazzala and put Henderson as a deep line playmaker. Just wiggle these things around a tad. That's what we can do. Gnabry as an inside forward on attack as well. We've got to go for it really now, because if we don't go for it, there's not really much point in being here, because we've got to win 4-0 at least. And we're not going to get 3 goals in half an hour by what's the word? Tittle-tattling? Just being a bit daft about it. But unfortunately, even though we're really threatening up the top, we're not actually getting the chances away. We've had 20 shots, but Tottenham just aren't letting us get in at all. And oh dear, Harry Winks got a corner. This could possibly be a counter-attack for us, but if it's a goal for them, that's a killer. And it is. We've got to score 5. We've got to score 5 now. Well, we have to score 4. To even get it back into this game. And that's just the kiss of death. We knew if Tottenham to score here that we didn't really have a chance. And that's a bit gutting. We have to score 4 now. I very much doubt it's going to happen. But you never know, I suppose. Here comes Robertson down the left wing. Good ball to Balotelli. Balotelli through to Salah. And that's offside. It's a goal straight after the Tottenham's goal. But it's offside. So it won't count, unfortunately, and it looks like it's very much all over now. And that's going to be it for our Europa League campaign, which is gutting, because we set out to win this competition this year, and the board certainly won't be happy with how we've got on in this competition. But then I do suppose that we can put all our faith in the league, but as I've just discussed, it's not a foregone conclusion that we're going to win the league. But we've got to put all our resources into that. We've got a 3-week break after this game. And we've just got to, for the last 8 games of the season, Tottenham are now winning, which just makes it embarrassing. We've got to put all our resources in the games that come after this 3-week break, with the international break, the FA Cup break, and make sure we win all those games. Because if we do win all of those 8 games, we will, I am 99% sure, if we win all those games, we do mathematically. There's basically no chance of anybody else winning the league. But all we can do is win those games and hope that those other teams do slip up. But if we don't end up winning the league this year, we have to say it's our own fault. And if we walk away with just a Carabao Cup, that would be a complete injustice of how well we've played at points this season. I know this game doesn't show whatsoever, with the fact we're 7-2 down, possibly 7-3 if Balotelli can put this one away. No, 7-2 down on aggregate. And this game certainly doesn't show the best of us, but it was all over on the first leg. We had some really messy defensive slip-ups, and our attack wasn't quite up to its normal standard. We've had some fantastic shots today. We've certainly made the chances, but Tottenham have A, been very good at the back, possibly B, we haven't been good enough up front, and those two elements together come together to mean that Tottenham will get through to the quarter-final. And it's a killer for us being out this early, but we were given a very tough draw. I think possibly 10 or 11 of the other teams would have easily got past, and that's the unfortunate bit about the draw. But Tottenham are going to put it past us today. But the solace, I was going to say the solace comes in the fact that we got a draw. But Balotelli has just put it on the post. And that's going to be the end of the game. Tottenham have beaten us in both games. Makes it even fairer that they've got through to the next round. But could this be the beginning of the end for another season? I don't know. But we've got to win the league this year, or else we're not going to be very good at doing anything. But it's going to be tough. The Premier League is the toughest league in the world to win. And yeah, it's a killer. That's enough, and we're out of the Europa League. And we've got 8 games to go in the Premier League. Is it 8 games? I think it's 8 games to go in the Premier League. Let's have a quick check of that one. Liverpool, 3rd in the Premier League. We've got 8 games to go in the Premier League. If we get all 24 points, we end up with 93. Is that a Premier League winning total? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Conquering the Euro, coming out on the channel at 6 o'clock. And until the next time, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.